Exit the residence.
Oh my God.
Exit the residence. Step out with your hands in the
Aries,
air.
don't come back in.
Step out of the residence.
Just step on out.
Step out, Aries. They're gonna come in
I'm
here.
confused. I'm confused.
Exit the residence with your hands in the air.
Come on,
Okay,
come
go
on.
ahead. Go ahead.
Walk outside.
Go ahead on now.
Come out with me. I'm
Dad, go
scared.
If you don't walk outside, I will send the canine. Exit the residence.
I'm out. I'm laying down.
Stop shouting orders. I'll give them the instructions.
I'm scared. I
You
don't
need
know.
to get farther from the door. Stand back up. Keep your hands so we can
Can
see
you
you.
come out here with me, guys, please? I'm scared. I don't know what's going on.
Next person,
Dad, don't
exit
touch
the
nothing
residence
in
with
your
hands in
pockets.
the air.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Can you please tell us what's going on, officer?
Stay on your knees.
Could you please tell us what's going
What's
on?
going on?
Stay there.
There are children in this home. Please do not point your weapon.
I'm not pointing my weapon at you.
Yes,
You don't
you
have
do.
to say anything
There's
to me right now.
children here.
Keep
I
pointing his
understand that. We're asking you to get out, right?
Me to get out and leave my home with my children.
You
There's
stay
two,
with your
there's two little
children.
kids up there.
What is going on?
Let's go. Let's go. Out now.
Okay, I'm coming
Out
out.
now.
Let's go.
Out.
On the floor. On the floor.
Let's go. Come on, out now.
My name is Attorney Hakeem Muhammad. I'm the founder of Muhammad Law Center. Muhammad Law Center was founded to protect the human rights of a people who were brought to America against their will and who, for over 400 years, have been forced to endure the worst oppression that has ever been recorded in the annals of human history, from slavery to black codes to Jim Crow, and who, in the contemporary era, continue to face police brutality and police violence throughout the United States of America. We, unfortunately, our co-counsel, as in a law firm, were not able to join us today, but today we are announcing the filing of a lawsuit on behalf of a black family who was assaulted by the police. We are announcing the filing of a lawsuit against the Lake County Sheriff's Department as well as the Winfield Police Department for unleashing a reign of terror against the black community. These particular police officers allege that they had a description that an individual had fired a gunshot. This is what they're alleging. We have to see the discovery to see if what they're alleging is even true. On the basis of one individual allegedly firing a gunshot, and this one individual allegedly being a black male, these police officers proceeded to hunt down our brother Aras, who did not fit the description at all. This alleged suspect was 5'7". You can see our brother here is much, much taller. What these police officers did while Aras was out searching, going to his car for his car keys, these police officers, without even announcing himself as a police officer, began running after Aras. Aras, being fearful, being scared of this, went into his house thinking that he was about to be robbed. And from there, a reign of terror began. These police officers, under the law, they need to have probable cause to arrest someone. Probable cause meaning they need to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime is being committed and that a crime is about to either it has been committed or is about to be committed. But too often they see a black man's skin and they see this as probable cause. They see this as enough to hunt someone down. And so these police officers went outside of the home of the Hobbs family, as well as where Aras Reed was situated. And outside of this house, on their intercoms, they're threatening the entire household with canine dogs. They're unleashing their guns at the household where there are minor children. And they're given, first they tell our brother Aras, oh, you need to get down. And then other police officers are telling them, no, you need to stay up. They're uttering completely contradictory commands, showing the complete lack of professionalism of the Lake County Police Department. Our brother Aras Reed, visibly scared, visibly frightened, as he has all of these guns pointed at the entire household. One of these particular police officers, who is now a defendant in our lawsuit, proceeds to come to the house, and our sister Jasmine explains there are children inside. They want to know what exactly is going on. First, they tell our sister, you can stay here with your children. Again, they issue contradictory demands. The next thing they know, they take our elderly brother, Larry Hobbs, they grab him and they proceed to crush him. They proceed to smash him on the ground. Our brother is disabled. These particular police officers, who are now defendants in our lawsuit, they were informed that our brother was disabled, but that did not stop them from grabbing our brother Larry and slamming him to the ground. One of these police officers, who is now a defendant in our lawsuit, despite the fact that our brother was disabled, proceeded to tell him, get up, get up, get up. And our brother Larry told him he's not able to get up. He told him repeatedly that he is disabled, but that did not stop this reign of terror that these particular police officers came to inflict on this entire household. We at Muhammad Law Center do not believe that had this been a white family, this would have ever happened. If the skin color of Aras, Jasmine, Larry, and their minor children were white, this would have never happened. This was an attack on the black community that should have never happened. And to make matters worse, after our brother Aras was detained and handcuffed for no reason at all, Jasmine, Larry detained for no reason at all, no crime being committed, no reasonable basis to believe that a crime had ever been committed, these police officers, with their firearms, went into the household where there were minor children, where they were informed that there were minor children. And they came out in this household with their firearms and their lasers, where there were 2 young girls present. This was absolutely horrific, and it has left an entire family traumatized, from the elderly to the middle age, to the young, to the children. An entire family was attacked and assaulted on the basis of an allegation that a black male allegedly fired a gunshot. That was their excuse and their pretext to attack an entire black household. This should have never happened. And we are announcing every single police officer who was involved in this lawsuit, they are now defendants. They will now have to answer for what they did to this household. We are suing them for excessive force. We are suing them for a false arrest. We are suing them for several violations under the Americans with Disabilities Act. We are also suing them for intentional infliction of emotional distress. And these are just some of our many claims. But today we want to bring forward the family so they can talk and they can discuss how this incident of police brutality impacted them. The first plaintiff that we have in our lawsuit is our brother Aras Reed. And I forgot to mention, one of these police officers, while Aras Reed was being falsely arrested, white police officer had the audacity to call him a homie. Just think over that. He had the audacity to call him a homie as he was inflicting this reign of terror on this entire black household. But our brother is going to speak about how this incident of police brutality impacted him as well as impacted his family.
I think it's had like a terrible impact on my life, you know, considering the fact that, you know, the police are supposed to serve and protect the community. And what they did that day was the total opposite. I was fearful, not only myself, but, you know, for my family as well. And never in a million years did I think that, you know, something like this would happen.
Now, next we're going to bring on Jasmine Hobbs, who was also a victim of this incident of police brutality, as well as her 2 minor children. These police officers had no regard for anyone, from the children to the elderly?
Where the event took place was my home. At the time of that event, I had not been in that home for not even a year at that point. This was my first home that I ever purchased. So this was a goal for me. I looked at this as a fresh start for me and my children. We loved our home. We have good neighbors. We had no bad experiences. But when this event took place, it essentially tarnished the idea of being in this home. We don't look at it the same. We can't sleep at night. My children don't feel safe. They feel as though this is a place where we reside, but they don't feel at home anymore because of this event, because of what the officers did to us that night. Overall, of course, this event has left the three of us traumatized, but more importantly, it has left my children traumatized, and they are continuously feeling the effects of what the police did that day to our family. My daughters are very young. They still don't understand why we were victims of what happened. Unfortunately, seeing what they had to see and enduring what they had to endure is something I don't really have an explanation for, because we still don't understand why this happened to us. But for the police to do what they did to our family, I'm looking for them to just have some sort of acknowledgement of how this played out for us and how they would feel if it were to happen to their family. We are still feeling the pain of this event even months later. We still have to live in our household currently, and we don't feel safe. It's hard to explain the situation to my children, and they're having issues, with sleep and just being around other law enforcement. Like Aras said, we looked to the police to protect and serve, and that night we felt as though we were the victims of these events. So we're looking for justice, and we are looking for these officers to understand and know the pain that they caused that day for everybody involved.
We are looking for justice. What this police department did against this household was unacceptable. And this family deserves the maximum compensation that is allowed under the law. Every single one of them deserves the maximum compensation for what they had to endure and the ongoing trauma and the ongoing effects of what they continue to endure. And if the Lake County Sheriff's Department, Winfield Police Department, if you all had an ounce of humanity, if you can look at this video footage, if you can see what happened when these police officers come bum rushing this household, giving contradictory demands, assaulting people, throwing them on the ground, throwing Larry Hobbs on the ground, and proceeding to go into this household with their firearms and their weapons with the presence of minor children. If you had an ounce of humanity, you would be at the foremost of giving this family justice. Now I want to invite our elder brother Larry to speak about this incident and how it has impacted him.
I just want to say this is one incident that was not supposed to happen. It shouldn't have never happened. You be in your house and try to be comfortable, enjoy your house, and to have an incident like this to happen is something that's totally unexpected. And we didn't deserve to go through this. My daughter moved to this neighborhood because she thought she was going to have peace and quiet. She got good neighbors, but she never thought that it'd be the police that would be a threat to her. What they did to us, was unacceptable. You can't have a forgiving man for something like this to happen to you. It hurted me so bad to be thrown to the ground. But what hurted me the most, to look back and see my daughter in handcuffs. I have never been in handcuffs my whole life. My daughter has never been in no problem and been in no trouble her whole life. And I asked the police officer, okay, I'm no trouble, no harm to you. I can't do anything to y'all. I'm disabled. And I asked him to take the handcuffs off me. He would not take the handcuffs off me. Said we got to investigate this situation before we can take them off. I said, I'm not no threat to you. Please take them off me. I ain't never had I'm 64 years old. I've never been handcuffed in my life. Can you please take them off? He refused to take them off. So I had to have these things on me for over 20 minutes. But like I said, the most hurting part, to look back and see my daughter in handcuffs. And to think about what my granddaughters was going through by them rushing the house, and they upstairs by themselves. And my granddaughter told me she had to take her little sister and hide behind the bed. What kind of child should have to go through that in their life? So this whole situation, it could have been avoided if all they had to do to ask questions. But no, the first thing they did was bam on the door, never identified themselves, not one time. Then when I heard them on their blowhorn, they said, if y'all come out with your hands up or we will shoot tear gas through the windows. That tear gas would have came in that house, and my granddaughters, they so young, that tear gas would probably kill them. And then that's another situation. It's a shame that my granddaughter look at a policeman and she gets scared. She should look at a policeman for help, but she can't look at a policeman to help her now, because she's so scared of them. She think they gonna try to do something to her. That's unacceptable. And this whole situation was not right. So it's terrible that we had to go through this, but it's terrible that the police got to go through this too. If they'd have stopped and think before they acted, none of this wouldn't happen. Their lieutenant was not even contacted, and they were supposed to contact their lieutenant for orders. The lieutenant was not even contacted. So they took it on their own initiative to cause harm to us, and it was like intentional, and that is not right. So all we want now, we don't want revenge, we just want justice. And so if there's anything else to be said, it should be by them for a total apology for one. And they got to own up and fess up to what they did, because they know it for themselves. They wasn't right by what they did. And just like we couldn't sleep at night, I don't wish nothing bad on them, but I hope they couldn't sleep behind their actions. I also wanted to add it, I have a tendency of moving around slowly, have hard times sitting down and getting up at times. What bothers me most is the pain that we all got put through, every one of us. And the thing that hurts me the most is my granddaughters, because I love them so much. To see my granddaughters go through fear like that, and then to look at my daughter to see the fear in her face. And she was crying because they was hurting me. I was crying because I didn't want to see her in handcuffs and see her abused. But it's a situation that you don't want to see it happen, but it's a situation where you can't do nothing about it. Because if we would have reacted in any kind of way, who knows? One of us might have gotten shot. So we did try to abide to what they was telling us to do, but that wasn't good enough. And that shouldn't have to be that way. So this is something that I want, not only what they put us through, what we thinking about. I hope whatever I say make them think about what they did and put it on their mind so they won't do it again. Because we don't want to see this happen to anybody. And if policemen have it in their mind to do things like this, we'd rather see them change their thought of thinking. Try to think the right thing. And then ask yourself, how would God want me to act? How God would want me to respond to situations like this? So that all needs to be put in everybody's mind.
We want to send a direct message to the Lake County Sheriff's Department as well as the Winfield Police Department. Are you training your officers properly? Are you teaching them that a black man's skin is probable cause to arrest, detain, and use excessive amount of force against an entire household? How do you justify this behavior? And this is not just a message to the Lake County Sheriff's Department and the Winfield Police Department, but indeed all police departments across the United States of America. Unfortunately, what happened to this beautiful black family is no isolated incident. Black people throughout the United States continue to be subjected to police brutality and police violence, and more often than not, they hardly ever get justice. Muhammad Law Center is putting all of these police departments on notice. If you continue your reign of terror on the black communities, you may very well find yourself a defendant in a lawsuit against you.